Hey y'all, hey, how y'all doing? How are y'all doing this evening? Welcome, welcome. It is Thursday, y'all. It is Thursday. So I'm gonna wait for a couple y'all to hop on really quick before I get started tonight. Yes, I will. So I am drinking tea. I am a tea girl, okay? I like my tea, y'all. I like my tea. Coffee is just not my thing. I just never crossed over to the coffee thing. So yeah. So tonight we are going to be discussing EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. And I'm going to go into this technique with you all tonight, talk about what it is, explain it to you, and then we're going to run through a mini session, a mini EFT session to, help you all balance out that energy, release any, emotions and feelings that you're going through at this time. So that's what tonight is all about. That's what tonight is all about, y'all. So I give it a few more minutes while we have people trickle in here. The notifications were sent out. So yeah. So what's some stuff that y'all working on? Y'all creative juices flowing during this time? I know a lot of us are on lockdown, mandatory stay at home. So let me know in the comments below as well, like your area that you're in, if you are like on a mandatory lockdown, quarantine, stay at home. I know for my area that I'm in Brevard County, we are not really restricted like that. We just go and get what you need and go home, but we haven't had like any mandatory anything at the moment. So, and thankfully I am still working, so that's a blessing. Thankfully I am still working. So I know a lot of people are out of work at this time, so yeah, I am blessed to continue to still be working at this time. So all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And as I stated in the beginning earlier, we're going to be talking about EFT and what it is, what it does, and all of that good stuff. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. And this is a therapy technique, and it's loosely based on the technique of acupuncture and acupressure. So for those that don't know what acupuncture or acupressure is, it's when you go and you get, it's a technique, and you go and you lay down like you're going to get like a massage or something, and they have these very thin little needles, and they put those needles on certain meridian points of your body, and that helps to unblock those meridians that have negative energy, to help you balance out and things like that. So EFT is a technique based off of that, and it uses the same energy meridian points in the body to eliminate physical, emotional, and mental issues. So with EFT, we balance the energy systems of the body to relieve any issues that you may have going on, right? So let's break down how EFT works. Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you like this so you can get a better understanding, just something simple and basic. Okay, so picture if you took off the back the back set of your television, right? And inside you would see like the electrical, the circuit board, and the wires and all of that stuff, right? And so if you take a screwdriver, right, and you jam it into the back of that television with all of those wires and circuits and electric boards, you're going to disrupt the flow of the energy within the television, right? And so when you put that screwdriver in there through those wires and disrupt the flow, it's going to have the TV make that zzz noise, and then it gets all fuzzy and the picture goes out, right? So that's the same thing that happens in your body when you experience a negative emotion. So EFT states that the cause of all negative emotion is a disruption of the body's energy system. So to experience a negative emotion, we must first have a negative experience or distressing memory, right? So the energy system gets disrupted by this experience. And then we feel that disruption and we call it a negative emotion. So in order to balance this system, all we have to do is tune into the energy of the problem, and then balance that disruption by tapping on the energy meridians in the body. So I hope y'all got that, right? So I hope y'all got that. So with EFT, it's a setup process. And so when you get ready to set the process up, we start the process with an affirmation. And EFT helps with anxiety. Okay, there we go. Cut out for a minute. Okay, so as I was saying, EFT, it helps with anxiety, stress, worry, fear, pain. You can use EFT for weight loss. You can use EFT to tap and open up your money energy meridians to help you with your abundance. You can use EFT for a lot of things. So those are just some of the things that I just named out that EFT can help with. It helps with a lot more things. And I know right now during this time with the pandemic and everything going on, a lot of people's anxieties are up. They have fears, they have worries, they're stressed. People lost their jobs. They don't know where, their next stream of income is coming from if they were, depending on that job as their source, right? So you can imagine like the anxiety is up, the worry and the fear is up, right? So with EFT, we help to balance that out and to help you get back at a calm state. And so before we get into the actual technique, it's a setup process, and we start that process off with an affirmation. And so we're going to bring up and address the emotion or the feeling that you're going through at the time. So for the sake of this video, we're going to go with anxiety as our example for the setup process. So we're going to tap on, at this time, if you're feeling, your anxiety is up, it's all over the place, you're trying to, calm down, get back to a level head and things like that, this technique will help you out, okay? So we're going to use anxiety as our example for tonight, okay? So the setup process starts with an affirmation, and it goes, even though I have this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And so we're going to tap on the different meridian points of the body. So let me back this up so y'all can see. So the setup process is on the side. Okay, sorry y'all, my connection, for some reason it keeps going in and out. Facebook don't want me to be great tonight. Okay, so the first setup is we start tapping on the side of the hand, which is called the karate chop of the hand. So this is the first setup. And then we're going to go through the different points of the body. It's about 9 points of the body that we're going to tap on. So after we do the setup process to bring up the emotion, then we're going to tap on the top of our head. The next point will be your eyebrow. The next point will be the side of your eye, under your eye, under your nose, here in your chin area, your collarbone, and under the side, under your arm. So for women, it would be like where your bra strap is, okay? And that's a tapping point as well, okay? So we're going to run through a process. I'm going to run through a quick session. This is what I do with my clients. We do get a little bit more deeper into, you know, the tapping sessions when I'm with them, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to do a brief run through so you can have this as a guide when your anxiety or your worry is, you know, flaring up and you need to get it under control. So you can go ahead and tap along with me, and whatever feeling that you're feeling at this time, you can say that after you repeat what I say. So if you're not feeling anxiety, if it's stress or worry or fear that you're feeling, then you say that, okay? And when you're doing it, say it out loud and bring it up and talk it out, okay? So we're going to set up. We're going to start tapping on the side of the hand. And while we're tapping, we're going to say, even though I have this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So once we say that about 3 or 4 times, then we're going to start tapping on the meridian points. Even though I have this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I am having this anxiety about the unknown, and I am not sure of what my next steps may be. I know there are things that's out of my control, and that's having me feel uneasy. I am nervous about my next outcome. I am nervous about the actions and the effects of others around me. I am worried about the choices that I may have to make that may affect me and my family and the success of my growth. I am nervous this virus won't move out as quickly as I would like it. I know that my feelings and my anxiety is all over the place, and I am trying my best to deal with things going on around me. Even though I don't know what the outcome may be, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So that's one round. So you can do as many rounds as you need to. Oh, and I should have mentioned at the beginning, before you do start, what I do is I rate my clients on a scale from 0 to 10, with 10 being the highest and 0 being less. And so you want to rate yourself of how you're feeling now in the moment before you actually start the technique, because our goal is to get you down to a 2, but we really want you to be at a 0. So the technical, the really real goal is to be at a 0. So when you get ready to start the technique, just rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10 and say, you know, what level is this anxiety? Am I at a 5? Am I at a 6? And so once you start tapping and going through those rounds, and once you go through like 1 or 2 rounds, then, you know, come back and reevaluate, see how you're feeling, rate yourself again. If you've come down to like a 4 or a 3, then go ahead and do another round as well. And so once you get done with that round and you bring up the emotion and you're addressing how you're feeling, we don't want to leave it there in the negative. We want to close it out on something positive and something uplifting. So once you go through that and you've rated yourself from the beginning of when you started, then you can rate yourself again in the middle. And then once we go through the closing round of closing it off to being on a positive note, we want you to be your mindset to be on a higher level than it was when you first started, with that feeling of anxiety, stress, worry, doubt, fear, guilt, or whatever it is that you may feeling. So we're going to start the process again, and we're going to go ahead and tap again. So when you start the round of bringing in your positive feelings, you don't necessarily have to start on the carotid point again. You can just start tapping on the meridian points, and we can just go like that, okay? So we'll start the closing round, and we'll start at the top of the head, and we can say, even though there are things I can't control, I am in control of many things. I am in control of how I show up for my family and children. I am in control of my feelings and my choices. I am in control of the steps that we are taking to stay safe and healthy during this time. I have a choice of how we spend our time wisely. I have clear vision of what I want and the necessary steps I will take to get there. I am capable of reaching all of my goals because I have the strength and the talents to reach my end result. Even though I was feeling this anxiety and this nervousness and this uncertainty, I feel now I am in control, and I let my mind be at ease during this time. I am happy. I am healthy. My family is amazing. I think of positive things. My family and I do positive activities. I am calm and I am stress-free. Everything is in flow within me. We are happy, healthy, and strong. I am smart and intelligent. And I am making the best decisions to protect myself and my family. We are going to make it through. We are sticking together as a team. I am an amazing leader for those around me. I feel amazing. I feel happy. I am at peace. And I have joy within me. So that is EFT. Basically, EFT is bringing up the emotion, addressing the emotion, that feeling that you're feeling, and talk about how it's making you feel. Once you address and bring up how that emotion is making you feel, then it's like you're switching it in your mind, and you're telling your mind that, hey, I am in control. I know that I can't control everything, but there is some things that I can control. I can control my feelings. I can control my thoughts and things like that. So that's what EFT is. EFT is tapping. And so when you finish the round and close it off on those positive affirmations, those positive statements, then you rate yourself again on a scale of 0 to 10. And if you started out like at a 6 or 7, and now you're down to like a 2 or a 1, that's really good, because the technique is working, and your anxiety level or your stress level or that fear, it's coming down. It's coming down, and it's calming out, and it's balancing out, and you're not, you know how you get when you're anxious and you fear, it feel like you're running like a mile a minute. You have so much going on. And so with EFT, you can do as many rounds of the tapping as you need to. Now, I do want to state as a disclaimer, if you are seeking any type of medical, treatment or a plan from your physician, EFT is in no way, shape, or form to replace that. This technique is just in addition to what you're already doing. So don't stop doing what your physician is telling you to do. If you're, doing therapy with someone or on some type of medication for your anxiety, your stress, or your, panic attacks or anything like that, continue to do what your physician is saying. Do not stop doing what the physician is saying, because EFT is not in a replacement of that. It's just in addition to add on to give you some extra therapy work to do while you're doing whatever your physician is saying. Okay, so I just want to make a disclaimer and put that out there. EFT is not to replace whatever it is your physician has you doing. This is just in addition to what you are doing. Okay, so I hope that helps. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? Drop them in the comments below. If you come through and you're watching the replay, #replay. You can still put your questions, comments, and concerns inside of the replay as well. Okay, I did see someone hop on. If you're joining in, just hop in and say hello. Let me know who is on here with me tonight. I am in the last stages. I am wrapping up for tonight. So that was just a little quick introduction to EFT. And this technique helps you. I'm telling y'all, EFT is really good. I use EFT myself. And I'm not gonna, do something or tell y'all something that I don't believe in or I don't trust, or if I'm not using it myself. I use EFT myself. And I'm going to tell y'all, this was probably back in January, February. What we in? March? I would say a couple weeks ago. I was meeting up with some family and friends for brunch. This was on a Sunday. And we were getting ready to go to brunch. Well, this was like a couple hours before the brunch. And for me, like my vertigo is like, I have vertigo. So like, if I turn a certain way when I'm laying down or get up too fast, like my vertigo is all over the place. So when I'm laying down, I have to watch how quickly I get up. So I was laying down, on this Sunday morning, and I so happened to be sleeping in a position that I normally don't sleep in, right? And so when I went to turn over and I went to try to get up, it was like, whoa, I was like, my head was so dizzy. it was like, I don't know what came over me. I was just so dizzy, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like what is going on? Like I did not feel good. It was just like an instant, like just something just came over me. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I tried to get up, and it was like my head was like so heavy. So I just started praying. Like, I'm like, Lord, Father God, in the name of Jesus, please just take this feeling away. Just take this feeling away. And so I laid there for like 10 more minutes, and it clicked, and it was like, girl, do EFT real quick. So I'm laying in the bed, and so I finally forced myself up to sit on the side of the bed, and I started doing EFT started doing an EFT session. And I'm like, even though I have this dizziness, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I did the rounds and everything. We were supposed to meet for brunch at 12. This started happening about like 10:30 in the morning of how I was feeling. So I did my rounds of EFT. And so I did about 3 or 4 rounds while I was sitting on the edge of my bed. And so I slowly started to start leveling out, that I was able to stand up. And so I started standing up, and I was still praying. I was praying. And so as I was praying, I was doing EFT. And I did about maybe 12 rounds that morning of EFT. Y'all, by the time 12 o'clock came, I was at brunch like nothing had happened. I promise you, EFT works. It works, and I love it. I love EFT. It is a go-to technique for me. It is a go-to tool that I teach and go through with my clients. EFT helps you with limited beliefs, money mindset. EFT helps with weight loss. EFT helps with pain. You got back pain, headaches. Ladies, if you have menstrual cramps, EFT will help with those cramps. I'm telling y'all, you just have to get in that mindset and just know, like, when I did those rounds of EFT that morning, I'm like, yes. I'm like, EFT, we here. Like, I love EFT, emotional freedom technique. And so I went to brunch. I had a good time. No one at brunch would have known, like, I was not feeling good that morning. And I was telling my sister about it, and she was like, you seem fine to me. I was like, yeah, because I did like 12 rounds of EFT before I got to brunch, because I wanted to go to brunch. I love brunch. So, and I did those EFT sessions, those EFT rounds on myself, and just started tapping on those points, talking out how I was feeling. And then I started talking into, I feel amazing. I am happy, healthy, and strong. Everything is in flow within me. All of my organs function properly. You know, I was just speaking all of that positivity back into myself after I was addressing how I felt. Even though I had this dizziness and I didn't know what was causing it and what was going on, and I was feeling nauseous and things like that. Talk about your feelings and what's going on and how you're feeling at the moment. And then once you get all of that out, then you want to bring in, I feel happy, I am calm, I am at peace. Everything is in flow within me. Things like that. You want to tap into things like that. And that is opening up your meridian so your energy levels can balance out. And so whatever is being stuck in there that's making you feel like that, by tapping on these points, it helps to open it up. So if you ever, again, like I said in the beginning, when you ever notice people that go and get those acupuncture and acupressure things done, they have like the needles here, they'll have like a needle here, they'll have the needle on the side. Those are the meridian points. So with EFT, we don't do the needles. The needles are our fingertips. So we use our fingertips to tap on those points. So it's just as powerful as if you were getting the needles, you know, stuck inside of the meridian points of your body. Just use your fingertips and tap on those meridian points, okay? So I don't see any questions, comments, or concerns. So I will go ahead and wrap it up here for tonight. Again, if you come in for the replay, just hashtag replay. Let me know any comments, questions, or concerns that you all may have. I will drop my link in the comments. Feel free to book a complimentary increase your inner confidence session call with me, and we can set up a time where we can discuss and go more into if you're interested in going deeper into a EFT session with me. We can set up a call, and then we can, book a day and time to get you a tapping session. We can go deeper into it. Again, like I said, EFT is for a lot of things: pain, weight loss, money abundance, anxiety, stress, worry, whatever it is that you may be dealing with, limited beliefs. We can tap on those meridian points and we can get them blocked, get that energy flowing, so you can start receiving your abundance, so you can start being, leveled out and calm and balanced. We don't want you, out here feeling like you have to be on edge and you looking over your shoulder. You don't know what the next thing is going to be. I don't want y'all to be living like that and in that type of fear and anxiety. So feel free to reach out to me, okay? I dropped my link in the comments below, okay? So that is all that I have for y'all tonight. Does anyone have anything for me? Any, comments, questions, or concerns? If not, then hey, y'all, I'm going to let y'all go and enjoy the rest of y'all evening. I'm going to finish my tea. Got me some hot tea. And we're going to end it on a positive note. So y'all have a great night. And until next time, I will check back in with y'all later, okay? Bye.